Hello and welcome to the Daily Glitch. On today's episode, it's going to be a bit different. It's a little later than I'd like, and that's due to the fact that I have a life to live. That's about as much as I can give you on that matter. And second of all, I'm not sure how long this episode's going to be because it's something I'm rather passionate about. And basically, this episode is about why I'm a PC gamer. And there's a number of reasons for that. And before we get into this discussion, I don't want you to get me wrong. I do like consoles. I've owned quite a few myself, but I prefer the PC. And here's why. With a PC, you can do so many things. It's such an expansive system. It's always upgrading. It's just perfect in my eyes. I've loved PCs since I was a child. I've been building them for the past 5, 6 years already. So I've got that experience of how to maintain my own computer. And on top of that, when it comes to things like gaming, you have so many peripherals you can add to it to make it better, to make your experiences better. You can have flight sticks for flight simulators, so you can fly a plane using a stick. Oh, sorry. So you can fly a helicopter using a stick. You have the fight sticks for fighting games, you have a mouse and keyboard, you have a controller expansion. You can do all these things. Yes, you can do some of these on consoles, but you've got to consider consoles, especially for the past few years, have been very restrictive in everything they do. I mean, let's be fair, from the whole idea of consoles, the last two generations before the Xbox One and PS4 were announced were 7 years old. Yes, I admit they've had 7 years of practice on the hardware and the software so they can build and push the limits of this. But with a PC, you don't need to build and that. You can push the limits as far as the hardware around you goes, and the hardware, as I said, is ever expanding. And the other problem I really have with consoles themselves is, especially as I know with the Xbox 360, for years now it's been stuck at 30 FPS. It's been stuck at 720p for a good few years, where all it's done is if you have a 1080p screen, it just upscales, and that lowers the quality in the first place. So I've never really understood it. The only reason I've bought consoles is due to the fact that these consoles have exclusive games. Well, the other reason I love PCs is there's so much you can do. I've currently got three monitors in front of me. One of them there, monitoring my system, telling me everything I need to know about it. The one in front, my main screen, where I play my games, where I do most of my things. And on the right is just for reference. I can watch videos, I can have other web pages open while I'm playing my games. So I'm always doing multiple things. And that's what I love about it. And then if you get into the games, you've got so much space. Because most games install straight to your hard drive and aren't running from a disk, you can fit more into it. You can make bigger games. I mean, the Final Fantasy games. On the Xbox in particular, because they didn't have Blu-ray, they were like 3, 4 discs long. And then the PS3, yes, I've never really owned one. I've wanted to, but just because of the console itself. I've always enjoyed the PlayStation consoles. I've owned PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. I've owned a N64, I've owned a SNES, I've owned an Atari 2600. I've owned the original Xbox, I own a 360 now. I'm probably not going to get either of the other two consoles because I love my PC too much. Now, I understand everybody's opinions on this matter, but mine still stand. I feel you can do a lot more with a PC. It's just a general thing. You can always do more with the PC, and it's so much better for gaming. There's mods that you can do for it. You can rip the code apart of a game and find the fault yourself if you have the skill. And on top of that, it's great for indie developers. Because if you're an indie developer, instead of having to pay for publishing license to get it on a console, you could literally just use Steam Greenlight. You can open up your own damn web page, put your game on there and say, "Hey, look, here's my game. I play it for free. Play it. Pay me to so you can play it." And there's a lot of people out there with skill that can't do this on a console. They can do it on a PC. And it's the greatest thing about PCs. But again, that's my personal opinion. I'd love to hear your opinions. Tell me why you love consoles. Tell me why you don't like consoles. this is a short episode, as I said. I'm trying to keep these within 5 minutes, 5:30 at the most. But yeah, leave me a comment. Like the video if you agree with me. Dislike the video if you don't agree with me. Click the subscribe if you want to hear more of these discussions, as I always say. Join in, bring up topics for next week, or tomorrow, should I say. And we'll all get into this discussion, we'll all have some fun, and all join in. If you want to hear more on this, I'm tempted to do longer episodes, just let me know. Tell me what you think. And again, thank you for watching the Daily Glitch.